Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Lord of the Flies, and we're going to be having a look at chapters 6 and 7, and you're going to know the text like an expert. Okay, these images represent the action that takes place in chapter 6. You can take a minute now to familiarise yourself with these key moments and recall what happens in the chapter. So chapter 6 starts at night time, and there's a fight between two planes in the sky as the children sleep. A pilot falls from his destroyed plane, dead, and lies tangled in the rocks of the mountaintop. Sam and Eric, two twins who are called Sam and Eric by the islanders to avoid confusion, are meant to be keeping the fire going nearby, but have fallen asleep. An assembly takes place, and the twins tell everyone they've seen the beast. They've awoken, they've seen in the darkness the parachutist, and they're certain that's the beast, and they go and tell everybody about that. According to them, it has teeth and claws. Jack calls for a hunt for the beast, while Ralph tries to get the group to think about fire and food, rescue and survival. Simon is the only boy to question the idea of there being a beast at this point. He's the only one that questions the nature of what the boys have seen. Now, the chapter ends with Jack leading the boys on a hunt. They're going to a place called the castle where they've decided the beast lives. Piggy stays behind with the little ones, and Ralph, following Jack, realises he'll have to go first when they get there, as he is chief and he is in a personal hell. So there are those key moments again. We've got the parachutist that falls from the sky and lands on the top of Castle Rock, seen by Sam and Eric, who are keeping watch over the fire, keeping the fire going while the other boys sleep. And they return and tell everyone about it, saying that they've seen the beast and that it's got teeth and claws. Simon questions the nature of the beast and the idea that there could be one, but a hunt takes place. Piggy stays behind with the little ones, and Jack and Ralph lead the way. Here are some quotes that you might want to know. Simon says, "I don't believe in the beast." Ralph is in a personal hell, and Sam and Eric refer to teeth and claws, which is important because that will be used by Golding as an ironic echo later in the novel. Chapter 7. Here are key images that represent the key events in a moment now to familiarise yourself with them, but also to try and recall the action of the chapter. So at the beginning of the chapter, the attention is turned to Ralph. He is filthy, and this symbolises the descent into savagery of the islanders. So as the novel's been progressing, he's been getting more and more dirty. His hair's been getting more and more lank. Simon is reassuring as Ralph and tells Ralph he'll get back to where he came from, but he could be philosophically pondering life and death here too. He then leaves to tell Piggy the hunt will go on until after dark. Piggy's been looking after the little ones, and he goes to let him know that the rest of the boys won't be back. There's a little flashback, a non-linear moment to Ralph's idyllic life before the war and being stranded on the island. So we're taken to a cottage here, and Ralph looking out of the window and seeing snowfall, and it's a place with ponies and peace. Golding shows us how quickly civilization can break and savagery can succeed, as it did during the Holocaust, using this aside in the chapter. We go from the imagery of that picturesque setting with the cottage to the chaos of the boys finding a pig and attacking it, although it gets away. Ralph's involved in the brutal attempt to kill the pig, and he's thrilled and struggles to gain their boys' attention as he recalls his involvement. A game is then played with spears, and a boy called Robert is poked, and Ralph is involved too. So we're seeing a change in Ralph here, and an element of savagery surfacing in the character. The chapter then ends with the boys continuing up the mountain, up Castle Rock. Ralph leads the way as he's expected to as chief, and the boys come across the dead pilot in the darkness, and they think they've seen the beast, just as Sam and Eric had done before. Here are quotes for this chapter that you need to know. You'll get back to where you came from, which is what Simon says to Ralph. being supportive, but also possibly pondering the nature of life and death. He's a philosophical boy. Everything was all right. Everything was good-humoured and friendly. This is the end of Ralph's consideration of his life before his time on the island. And we've got the desire to hurt and squeeze was overmastering. Golding exploring that innate evil in all of us there. That's said of Ralph when he's involved in the game of Kill the Pig, which involves a boy called Robert being circled by the boys and poked with spears. He tried for their attention, so Ralph is desperate to recall his involvement in the attempt to kill the pig, but he's struggling to gain their attention, and Jack is gaining influence at this point in the novel. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content, and feel free to ask for something you'd like to see me cover in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.